remember beforehand them asking us to do it. And I can remember saying to Steve, tell them that we want an hour of darkness. That was our only prerequisite. We got our hour of darkness and half an hour of rain, and it was wet. Torrential. There was huge winds, slashing rain coming straight onto us. I must have been using a radio mic on the guitar at that time because it would have been too dangerous. I remember thinking, you've got to, you can hide from this rain or you've got to embrace it. There's only one thing to do, is get out there and enjoy it. We had Sam Brown and her mum, Vicky Brown, on the tour, and of course we had Claire Torrey, the original singer of Great Gig in the Sky, singing with us that night, and we had Candy Dulfer playing saxophone. But it went really well. It was a really good show. I do remember the word coming up, gig in Venice, do a gig in Venice, do a gig in Venice. And you're going to go, absolutely, of course. We want to do a gig in Venice. Where do we do this gig in Venice? Well, out on the water, of course, facing St. Mark's Square. Yeah, what do we play on? Well, there's a floating barge platform in Norway that is 150 yards long and 100 yards wide, and we can tow it from Norway to Venice. That's through the North Sea, down the Channel, across the Bay of Biscay, through the Straits of Gibraltar, down past all of Spain, France, and up the other side of Italy. And that is what happened. It was a fantastic occasion. The whole of the city of Venice had promised us everything. Loos, food, for the massive amount of people who were going to be there, and I don't think they even quite understood how many people were actually going to turn up to this thing, and it was enormous. And of course it was a live broadcast to the world, and I just remember having a digital timer clock on my gear somewhere that the cameras couldn't see, timing down from the beginning of the show to the end of the show. And I had a list of timings for each song, when each song had to end. Not only was I having to sing and play and do all this, I was also having to direct the band to finish songs much earlier, to try and make it fit into a nice round hour, because we frankly weren't used to doing an hour, we're used to doing 2.5 hours. So trying to concentrate on singing and playing while keeping an eye on the clock, see, am I going on too long on this solo? Well, obviously yes, because I always do. But so that's my sort of abiding memory of it, was looking at this little red digital clock ticking down, thinking, I've got to get this one finished, and start the next one.